Hey Libra, Amber here. Hope that you're well. Sorry. Welcome to your June reading. I'm really sorry that the May readings didn't get out to you guys, but I had a lot of technical difficulties and other delays that just got in the way. But hopefully I can get you these June ones early, and I'll be forgiven. But really it was out of my control, in all fairness. Thank you for your patience, and I hope you enjoy the reading. So for Libra, this is a general spread. It's going to be focusing mainly on work and general areas in life. I will do a quick love spread at the end as per usual. But yeah, here we go. So the reading really is talking about newness, embarking on completely new ventures when it comes to work, especially leaving treasured things or precious things behind, having to do that, having to mature emotionally as part of the process of moving into this new realm in your career. It could be that you're being offered kind of a new position that puts you more in the spotlight. That could be your concern as well, because you've got the Sun card here in the position of your hopes and fears, and then we've got the Six of Chalices in your position as to where you find yourself at the moment. The Knave of Wands is what crosses it. So you could be being quite suspicious, quite doubtful, feeling like you don't have all the right information to go ahead and embark on this new thing. You may not trust it because you're just not comfortable with it. It's simply because it's new that's making, I think it's making you suspicious. It's really your own suspicions, to be honest. When I say they're only your own suspicions, it's like they're unfounded. You haven't really got any evidence, Libra, to really give you any doubt. It's just the fact that you're leaving something precious behind, or most likely it was a job that you're comfortable in, that you've been in for a long time, possibly 6 years, or in an industry that you were very comfortable in, whereas now you find yourself having been given a brand new opportunity that you may have longed for a long time. It may have been your original dream before having done your previous job. So it could be like you wanted to be, I don't know, a doctor, but for the past 6 years you've been like a nurse or in another position that would be supporting a doctor, and like now you're the doctor. So you will be essentially the chief, and I think you're worried about taking the lead, about being, as I said, in the spotlight, and being the boss. However, the way that you're going to overcome this is by acknowledging that these fears are unfounded, and to keep a level head, because you've got the Strength card here. This is actually the kind of path you're already on, because the Strength card is in your position of underlying subconscious beliefs or subconscious thoughts. So you're quite strong in that area. You're quite resilient. I think you're having to be, and in having to be resilient in your subconscious mind, it's actually bringing in a lot of emotional balance, and that's why the outcome here is the King of Chalices. Sorry, my voice is just all half here. I don't know why. Sorry. So yeah, so I think, yeah, you will be reaching you're going to be successful this month, and the success you're going to feel not only as an external but also internally. You're going to have kind of that balance brought back in. We can see here with the King of Chalices, he's got a cup in his hand, but he's also got like a weapon in his other hand. He's also not very smiley. There's red behind, but also yellow. It's like a bit of, you know, anger, I guess, or passion, or more fiery emotions or energies. Then you've got this kind of like more soothing, peaceful, harmonious kind of energies coming together. Then the other contrast again here with the red and the yellow. It's like there's a balance of emotion, and whilst being emotional or being in touch with your emotion, also being protective and wise enough to know where to draw boundaries, and how to be defensive when you need to be, I guess, in a way. That's just describing the card, but in terms of you and how this affects you, I feel that you'll be yeah, just having that balance of knowing how to be approachable and accessible, maybe to your colleagues or co-workers, or delegates, and even your superiors, how to deal with them in a way that's emotionally mature, drawing the line where needed, being approachable, but also, yeah, knowing where to draw the line and where to keep it professional, and so no one basically can push you around, I guess, or overstep your authority. People around you see you as working very hard, being very determined, and being quite focused on this new ambition that you have. You see yourself as, well, you know, you're projecting out there this energy of the Knave of Pentacles. So you're quite focused on this new thing. You're wanting to learn, you're making a commitment. And the Ace of Pentacles here, again, shows a new job, new money, probably more money than you were earning before. Very positive cards here. So I would definitely say an increase, maybe threefold, in your finances. And yeah, you feel like you've really achieved, you feel like you're getting somewhere. You just feel like you're really able now to kind of build a foundation on your future. And yeah, you're kind of going for it, which is excellent. And we've got the Fool card here again to further confirm that this is a new beginning. And again, to further confirm that it feels a bit scary, it feels like it might be a bit of a risk. But, you know, the way that the Fool's depicted in this card, he's taken the risk, and he's going for it. He's completely going for it, and he's not looking back, and he's being brave, and he's giving it all he's got. So this is the overall energy for the month. So the overall energy is to do that, yeah, to pretty much stick to your guns with the Strength card here. I mean, if you do feel like, I mean, to be honest with you, I feel like it's a really positive reading. It doesn't even feel like you're being given advice. You know, it just feels like it's just confirming that you are doing well, and maybe you just needed to know that any fears that you have are really around leaving something behind, being comfortable. But you're leaving behind a 6 and you're gaining a 9 and you're gaining a brand new financial opportunity. So yeah, you're just being, I think, advised here to not be so worried about being in the spotlight. You've worked hard for this, and everyone around you can see it. You know you've worked really hard for this. You feel like you've got a sense of achievement. You've wanted this for a long time. It's just about looking, I guess, at how you connect with others, Where do you draw your boundaries? How do you feel about giving instructions? How do you feel about receiving instructions? I don't know. It could also mean that you're leaving old friends behind as well. You know, maybe even being part of a group. I think a lot of time when you're working with people, you know, and then suddenly you're their manager, it changes the dynamics. But it looks like here you're going to achieve that balance on an emotional level, for yourself at least. So yeah, it's just about remaining resilient. The Strength card as well, on a more spiritual note, is about recognizing that you are actually a spirit inhabiting a body. And so it's basically, you know, spirit being drawn down into matter. And with that comes certain limitations. And I think it's about learning to work and to exercise your will with a certain amount of restraint. So again, this is about kind of being able to give orders, to play the role of authoritarian, and yet still have that compassion, I guess, for the other person. So yeah, it is about kind of having empathy, and yeah, and I guess maybe that's the new thing that you're learning, possibly, mainly, because you've got the work thing down. Like, you've done your work, you've done that. Only challenges seem to be in the mind, kind of thing, possibly. But in fact, there aren't really any challenges. It's only because there's challenge positions that you have challenges. All the cards here are very positive. Only concern might be the Knave of Swords. But then even that, it's a knave. It's a fairly minor issue. And it sees you here as you move through the month, kind of overcoming that quite well. So yeah, it's quite an easy reading. Yeah, I guess just remember to don't beat yourself up about having any sort of sorry about that, Libra. Yeah, my battery died. But yeah, let me go ahead and pull these cards for you. But yeah, it's a really nice, easy reading. Can't see any issues coming up at all. Just need to focus on yourself. It's a really nice reading, June. A wish has come true, something that you've wanted for a long time, like I said. So congratulations, and I really hope that you enjoy it. Yeah, okay. Pertaining to love, there could be possibly a King of Chalices about, a water sign that maybe you've recently, maybe not even recently got together, but could be someone from the past that's come back, and you're having to be quite strong, and you're hoping for clarity and a new beginning. Let's see what the cards say. Okay. Okay, so in terms of couples, got a lot of young females here, blonde females, and if you're a blonde, but that seems to be a main focus. However, I do read these two cards as actually being more of a focus on flirting. You know, blondes have more fun kind of energy, more of a fiery, passionate type of energy. So that's crowning the reading. We've then got your partner's side here, got the dating queen and beauty queen. So in the position of what they're learning about, they could be learning about dating, they could be new to dating. You could have recently just met, you know, through a dating site, or just recently started to date, and you find yourself faced with obstacles. The challenge is fun time, so I'm not sure what obstacles you could be facing. It could be that what brings you together is past love, so it could be that your obstacle is that you're having to leave the past behind, as that was mentioned in your original general reading, that your challenge is to have fun, to go ahead and have fun. There could be this balance again of all work, no play, possibly, because that was also a theme in your general reading. So you could be encouraged here to go ahead, have some fun, and move past these obstacles. You see your partner as a past life, so you could possibly see them as coming back from the past, or you could literally see them as someone that you genuinely feel a connection to. However, your partner is really just dating. Your partner is out there kind of having fun and dating, and they see you as very beautiful, and that's what the attraction is, and that's what they see in you. And what brings you together is past love. So like I said, yeah, it could be someone that you've known before. You could have possibly seen them coming. Your obstacle, like I said, could be fun times, but it could also be, you know, having to consider what's happened in the past, not trusting them, having too many negative memories about the situation, and therefore not really being able to have fun. And that's why the challenge is here. However, Spirit has got the blonde female crowning the reading as spiritual advice, so it could be that you need to go ahead and be more passionate. It's also connected quite well to the Strength card that usually identifies with the Leo. Leo is that kind of very orange, fiery kind of energy. So it could be that, you know, you may need to just go out and have some fun, be a bit of the fool. You know, this is your energy for the month. And when I say be a fool, of course, don't do anything ridiculously reckless, but if you've even got the Hermit card here, reverse, talks about going out and having fun. You've got the Eight of Wands here, reversed. So the Eight of Wands, in its upright position, would be to go ahead and act on your desires, don't hold back. And the Eight of Wands reversed here shows that there is some sort of slowing down, sitting still. So yeah, you may need to move about and go ahead and be the fool, take that risk, don't think about things too much. You know, it was, after all, the Knave of Swords that's crossing you this month. That really was your only challenge, is that you could be overthinking it. The Fool doesn't think about it, it goes out and it just goes to have fun. It you know, has faith, basically. And the King of Chalices also is very spiritual and has faith. So you, dear Libra, although you like to think everything through, and no one's going to really fault you for that, you are being asked this month to consider where that might be an obstacle for you, I think. And don't forget, someone out there thinks you're very beautiful, and you obviously feel this connection too. So if the opportunity arises and it feels right, then you should go for it. Learn to listen to your gut instinct as well. I think I forgot I was talking to a Libra this whole time I'm doing this reading. Although, you know, obviously we all listen to our instincts, with all these, the emphasis on, you know, being connected in a positive way to your emotions. Yeah, I think you are being asked here to give your emotions maybe less thought and more experience. Really get in touch with your emotions, and learn to use them, I guess, to your advantage and to your will, rather than letting them confuse you. So yeah, that's your reading. Hope that you enjoyed it. Sorry that it's split into 2 parts. And I will see you later on in the month for the how does he or she feel about me spreads, and maybe some other spreads I might throw in as well. So I'll see you then. Take care. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I really, really appreciate it. And if you would like your own personal reading into your own personal circumstances, please do get in contact with me at symbolsforliving@gmail.com, although all my details are in the description below. Take care.